Hey guys, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I'm Kelly, and this is a special Dominate Friday. So as you guys know, we bought a car in cash a couple weeks ago, a 2016 Jeep Cherokee. I keep on wanting to say Chevy Equinox because we were saving for a Chevy for so long and then we changed our minds last minute. So a Jeep Cherokee, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it, guys. It is the best car I've ever had, hands down. It drives like a dream. It is such a step, feel like it's like 10 steps up from what my previous car was. It's awesome. So I've gotten lots of questions though on how we did it, how we paid cash, how the whole process worked. Like, did we walk in with a briefcase of cash? How did it go? How did we keep it secret that we're paying cash, and how everything. So I'm going to jump in the questions for you. If you do have any more questions, please leave them down below in the comments. I'll make sure I answer them for you in an upcoming video. But, and if you haven't checked out the vlog, check out the vlog as well on how we paid cash for it. I brought you along through the whole process and just kind of showed you the car as well, which was a lot of fun. So first question is, how long did it take you to save for it? I'm like several others, and I want to know how that worked at paying cash, especially since the banks were closed that late. Have fun driving it. So it took us just about a year to save for it. We got married October 2017, and we started saving the next month, and then we bought it in Black Friday 2018. So it took us pretty much exactly 12 months to save for it. It was $25,000 that we paid in cash, and we actually, I want to make sure this isn't any. Okay, so I'm going to answer the second part in the next question, a couple questions away. But yes, I will get to that. All right, our car dealerships bugged. This is actually a really good question. So we didn't feel like they were bugged until the last dealership. We went to 3 different dealerships, and the last one, I don't know what it was. The guy, he was nice, but I don't. When I feel about like giving my commission, like I want, like he was a little shady. Like not shady, just wasn't. I don't know. It's hard to put into words, but I wasn't the most thrilled about giving my commission to him. I would have rather it gone to someone that, I don't know. It just wasn't as car salesman. He was pretty car salesman-y. And so we're sitting at his desk, and, the first time he goes, we're going back and forth. And then he came, and the first, thing that he gave us, the first amount off, all he gave us off of it, he told us it was going to be a great deal. It's Black Friday and this and that. The other thing he gave us off was the trade-in. I was like, no, absolutely not. That is not going to work. And so we, went way lower in negotiating. We went like $3,000 or $5,000 down. I was like, no, I'm not paying that. That's ridiculous. And so then we went back and forth. And Jamie and I are just talking. We've been doing this all day long. We started at like 11 o'clock in the morning. It was 9 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night. At this point, we're exhausted. We're tired. We're hungry. And we just want to be done. And so we're just talking because we've been this is our 3rd dealership. We know how it works. And so we were just talking in different things and talking about what other people did. And we're just talking. I feel like it was bugged. And then Jamie actually Googled, our car dealerships, and he was going to type bugged. And the first thing that came up was our car dealerships still bugged. And we were like, interesting. So then a couple negotiations later, I think I said to him, I was like, you know what, to be honest, I think that's a great deal. Whatever he comes back with, I'm going to take it. Regardless, I don't want to go back to the other dealership. We'll just take whatever's this offer. It's great. I like this car more, and we'll just do it. He literally came back with the same exact number. I said, sorry, the manager wouldn't let me do any more. And so that's when it kind of clicked with me. I was like, okay, he's listening. So at that point because he didn't hear that conversation. So I then went lower, and I was like, no, we're not going to take that. You can do better than that. And I think we got him down another $500 or something like that, which wasn't a lot. But when I had talked to some of my coworkers about it, because I kind of interviewed them and picked their brain on how they did it, and they were getting thousands of dollars off. My director got $6,000 off of her car. Okay, well, number one, she leased it. That right there, they can do a huge discount on leasing. because that's their biggest money maker is leasing. And she bought a brand new car, or we bought a used car. So their margin isn't as big on used cars as is new cars. So you have to go into the mindset of you're not going to get thousands and thousands of dollars off when you're negotiating like you would on a brand new car or a leased car. So definitely take that into consideration. Another thing that I wish that I did is when they come back like the first time, they'll write numbers down and this and that, but then they'll take those back with you. What I wish I had done is I wish I had taken a picture or written down that first offer and then their last offer of what we walked away with, so that we could see how much they took off. So that way we could compare that with the other dealerships and be like, okay, well, this past dealership from point A to point B, when we walked out, they had taken off $1,500 or $2,000. You're only taking off this, like, and kind of use that to our advantage. But it definitely helps knowing how much the car is worth. What's the Kelley Blue Book value? Make sure you're getting a better deal than that. You don't want to pay higher than Kelley Blue Book. Make sure you know how much your car is worth. Go in with an appraisal. Don't necessarily tell them you have an appraisal, but then when they say, oh, your car is only worth $2,000 when you just got it at CarMax, an appraisal for $3,000, then after that. But if you just go in and say, yeah, we have a CarMax, they're going to ask you for it, and they're going to bring that in, and they're going to match it exactly. And, say CarMax said, $2,000, they may have given you $2,500 if you didn't show them that. Like, who knows what they would have appraised your car at. So just be careful with that and just kind of playing the game. But it can be challenging. Next question is, I heard that salesmen try to deter people from buying cash. How do you guys handle that? So the first place that we went, we were very careful about it. And we kind of went in and saying, yeah, we're open to, whatever. And, we just want to talk numbers and this and that. But then towards the end, like, they had kind of said cash, like, one guy even mentioned cash is king, which I wonder if he got that from Dave Ramsey. But he said, honestly, nowadays, paying cash for a car is not the same as it used to be. He said, because the way that they used to do it with, with financing, and the way that the amount of time that it took the banks to get the money to the dealership, it was a lot longer. Now it's a lot faster and a lot quicker process. So cash isn't as much an advantage to the dealerships as it used to be, because that transaction runs so much faster. And it all depends on, a lot of places are doing 0% financing now. So with them, they're not really saving as much on insurance or on paying cash that way. But leasing, different things like that, and buying new, that's really how the dealerships are making their money. And then also in the packages that you add on top, the warranties and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like the last guy we told him, I said, we're paying cash. And, they didn't do anything different for us for them. When we were checking out, I asked our finance guy was incredible. I wish our finance guy was getting the same commission that the car salesman got, because our finance guy was incredible. He was this Cuban guy from Miami, hysterical. He called himself, I think it was like a redneck Cuban or something like that, or farmer Cuban or something. And he was just great. He was funny. We were with him for like 45 minutes, kind of just shooting the breeze and talking with him. And I asked him at the end of how many people pay cash. What's the percentage of people that pay cash versus financing that come through his office? And he said only 5% pay cash. And I was like, what? That's crazy. And I said, he goes, but you don't want to know my thoughts on it. And I thought he was going to talk about how, people are buying these cars that they can't afford and going way outside their means. And I was like, no, I do. What are your thoughts on it? And he goes, I would never pay cash and this and that. It's putting all your eggs in one basket. And what happens if you crash? What happens if this? He goes, I wouldn't even pay cash for a $5,000 car. I would take out a loan for that. And I'm just thinking, oh, goodness. And at that point, I was so tired and so done. I was just like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't even want to debate him, but I was just like, that's crazy that is your mindset of, just the debt. And that just blows my mind. But yeah, it honestly, nowadays, it doesn't make a big difference to them. So you don't have to worry about hiding paying cash. And I was up front, we're we're ready to walk out tonight with a car. Like, if the deal is right, we will walk out with a car. If not, we have all weekend. Like, I'm perfectly fine with going all weekend, and it doesn't have to be tonight. So that kind of put a little bit more of a fire under their butt as well. And the ones that we did walk away, they were calling. They were calling all right. But yes. Okay. Next one is, did the $25,000 include taxes? Yes. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll give you the out-the-door price. So you'll see like the sticker price, and they'll come back and you're like, all right, this is awesome. This is great. And then they'll give you a discount. And then when they add on like taxes and fees, it's like $2,000 more. It's crazy. And you're like, oh, when I saw, $20,000 on the sticker, I thought it was going to be a lot less. And with taxes, it's not. So out the door with taxes and fees and all of that, it was $25,000. Last question is, when you say you pay cash, did you go straight to the bank and took it out of your savings, or did you use your debit card? I guess it's a little confusing to me. That's a lot of money to take out and carry it around. Also, can you withdraw that sum of money in one fraction at the bank? Please clarify so I'll know what to do when I decide to buy my car with cash. Thank you. So we just used a personal check. A lot of people ask if we had to use a cashier's check. Nope, just personal check. That's all you got to use. And you just make it out to the dealership. I think they actually stamped it. They had a stamp for it, which I just wanted to make sure that they were stamping it in front of me and not stamping it after and then it going to someone else. I don't know. I just worried about that. But yeah, we just made out personal check, and it actually, I think I was at dinner or the next day, I got a text from my bank account saying, did you authorize this check for $25,100, blah, blah, blah. And I had to respond yes for fraud. But it was just really funny that they sent me a text the next day. But it was super easy. I, wasn't worried about with the financing at all. And a couple of the first place I think she talked about, yeah, we'll get you a great deal. We're just going to depend on your credit and this and that. And I was like, my credit doesn't matter because I'm paying cash in my head. So it was great. So I hope this answered your question. Again, if you have any more questions for me, please leave them down below in the comments. Don't forget to check out the vlog if you didn't see it already. It was a lot of fun. We brought you along throughout the day. We had Chick-fil-A. We had a great time. It was good. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.